I want to suck your dick. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the Citadel of Nerd Church. I'm your host, Captain, here to do a parting gift that we have for our dear old leader, the Green, the Andre, the man, the myth, the gay. He is what he is, and we love him for it and everything that he is. I got a bunch of us together to go over and try to share a bunch of words and wisdoms and things like that we would like to have as a little parting gift before he finally leaves us for that 13-year-old girl that he's been chasing. We would start off with Mammoth. He wants me to kind of recant about the whole history of New Church because, again, without Green, none of this would have been possible. All the people that got together, all the different cultures and stuff like that, even though it was formerly an Italian only clan, the fact that you could have people from, say, Brazil, Pakistan, the US, Italy, the list goes on. Kudos to you, buddy. So, this is all for you. Anyways, New Church was originally a clan that had begun when it was a merger with Fairy Tale. Forgot to put a recap on while you listen to me. Anyways, NC is merged with Fairy Tale about 3 years ago. It was mostly due to a lack of members, and it was also when Mammoth was kind of like in the leadership role within the clan. It wasn't until like maybe a couple months after when the atmosphere was a little bit toxic, because let's face it, it's Fairy Tale. They're a bunch of cheesy assholes that like the dick. Anyways, a bunch of people were leaving, Mammoth included. Green left. A bunch of people left with him for like I want to say about a week or so before he reopens New Church. He may have been on the brink of retiring. We won't know for sure. That's mostly on him. But anyways, the fact that the members were kind of like, hey, we want to do this, even though we don't have like a formal Discord, we don't have any way of communication. We are kind of a farm war clan with not even the correct structure of breakdown. Because I think Mammoth sent me the one, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was horrible. Like, the numbers were so staggered, it was just completely asinine. But, anyways, these guys were kind of like doing their own thing, trying to fit in and, become more of an established clan. It wasn't until they faced a random war with, I think it was an MLCW admin clan, that they decided to be more structural and try to get more into the war scene as a whole. It was mostly from the pushing of Green himself. He wanted to do these kinds of things because, well, he is kind of a badass. He likes to do these things, and of course, we would want to help oblige him. So, as Green keeps in contact with all this stuff going on, there's random wars in between with these random ones that they were having, that they also found people like Pakistani clan that brought over Arslan and Mubin. They got Black Hand Side that brought over myself and Enigma for a little bit that he was. They has Legends BR that had clans with Philippe. So needless to say, Green keeps in contact. He keeps harassing these guys, asking them, hey, how could we get into the new season? Season 5 had already been underway. They were doing trials to make sure that they would be a good clan to get into the league. So when Season 6 started up, even though it was kind of predominantly Italian, there was a couple international people at that point. Even though I do believe it was a few handful of people that were kind of childish or just being immature with how to attack, thinking it was kind of a thing. But Green was like, I'm going to whip you with my dick. You're going to listen to my asshole, and we're going to do this shit the right way. So, let me get another recap before I keep yabbering on. Yeah. So, anyways, we get into season 6, and then we actually did pretty well for an initial season as a clan. Still predominantly Italian, but hey, it is what it is. And from there on out, it just started bringing in the other people, like I said, the Arslans, the Mubins, myself, the WBWs. All these guys start pouring in because one of the best things that I loved about Green is he never poached. He never truly went out of his way to get the skilled players. He just sat back, watched the people around him, and helped the people around him if they weren't doing well. He knew that if he surrounded himself with not necessarily like the expertise level behind it, because let's face it, we got people like Mammoth too, who's also a beast mode, and Enigma, but needless to say, he'd help you with your Lalos. He doesn't know the English language, but he was always on voice and always willing to chat. Even if he was listening to logic in the background as it was going on. You know, Green. So, needless to say, Green was never poaching. He always let the people come in, do the tryouts, even though some of the people didn't even really do a tryout. I don't think WBW did like one war before he was an official member. Anyways, from there on out, it is mostly a clan that's, well, let's face it, between like 10 to 15 people. It's always been a bunch of mini people within the same clan. Like the last war that we had against 1947 that we're watching these recaps for is predominantly just Green and Mammoth. Even though it was just those two, they always listened to other people when we brought in other ones like Thomas that came from me with King Jeffrey and Dutch Force and things like that. Needless to say, again, with all that has been going on, Green, we love you, and just watch the rest of this recap, speed it up because it's just loons and bats coming on. Whee! Whee! Okay. And to go down a little trip of memory lane, I did talk to Mammoth that we had to find these. I did talk to the MLCW server, and I did find these stats. So let's have some fun with these. Like I was saying prior, we did Barbarian King League for season 6 and 7. We did Archer Queen for season 8 and Grand Warden League for season 9. For every season that we've done, except for maybe one, it's always been superb. Like our initial season, we had a 9-2 record, and ironically enough, one of the banes of our existence, we end up losing to. Oops, I'm in the wrong thing. Bloop. Yeah, here we go. Now scroll down. Iron Horse there in the semifinals. It is what it is. Great people. We love the clan as a whole as well. So kudos to those guys. But in honesty and the way that we all think, New Church should have won because we're the gayest. We deserve it. But needless to say, to get into an initial season and be winning against clans like Too Swift, Too Sure, Gardens Templar. Sorry, I'm trying to say that legitimately. But anyways, going on to more seasons. The next season for season 7 was doing pretty well as a whole as well. And again, you could kind of see when I click, whee, semifinals with Iron Horse. Even though they did go undefeated in that season, it kind of is what it is. So, again, just going over stats and how many people have been upgrading their accounts over the travels of the clan, it is pretty sweet. Season 8 was probably, I think we can all agree, not the greatest season that we had, even though there's a bunch of these wars that we lost that were really stupid reasoning. Like, there was the one where I botched the matchup, so I sat out the number 1 Town Hall 12. Yeah, I remember that. And then a bunch of other little stupid things. I do believe this is also the one where we had, yeah, this is my favorite war of all time. 7 for 7, 11 v 10, 11 v 10s, and they still tied the war. Oh, that would have been a comeback from hell. But needless to say, just to go over all these stats, like the clan as a whole has always been superb. It's always been fantastic, and of course, it's due to part with the leadership that we've had with Green, Mammoth, and a bunch of the people that keep posting plans like WBW, Thomas, Philippe was doing a couple from time to time, and all the new people that have been coming in and out. So after that, I do believe I have to look up each of these because I didn't properly write them down or not. But all the people that wanted to wish Green a nice little farewell. We have LB, who came up first. He just simply wanted me to say, I'm going to probably slaughter this, say un coglione, which is basically you're an asshole in Italian. Sure. The next one was Arslan. He wanted to say, I am the kind of person who never stayed in a clan because of the environment and different languages, but when I joined New Church 2 years back, I met Green and found out that he was a really different person, a humble person who was ready to help, and because of his much love for the game, he pulled me in automatically to become a permanent member of New Church. He is not only a great player, but a great human being, with a couple of words of wisdom that he's learned, such as OP, 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 and nice. He wishes Green the best, and may Allah bless him. Aw, Arslans. Air Magnifico told me he's going to get back to me. I'll just throw him in there. Sorry, dude. What else do I got? Woo! Lord Ali. He was saying, I have known Green for the past months with respect to his dedication and help given to my native Pakistani clan in leagues and tournaments. I found him as an OP clasher with exceptional Suilalo skills and dedicated man who lifted Newchurch to such heights which were not foreseen before. He was a one-man army on Clash of Clan, carrying almost 90% of the clan that involves management, base building, and whatnot. I and Pakistani clan will miss him dearly. We all wish him the best of luck, and of course, in real life, long live Green, the Italian stallion. That was very well said. Whee! Mubin. He also wanted to have something fun to say. Oh no, I didn't pay attention. No, 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 no. I'll just keep going. Fuck it. Anyways, and I think I had one other person. Whee! Nope, that's it for Discord. For Line, we're gonna have Enigma. Where is it at? He was wishing from one beast mode to another. Best of luck, and with all your endeavors that you do, and hopefully you're not still masturbating to the pictures that I sent you while you were in the shower that one day. Making sure you're not beating your meat, and if you are, make sure that you got some nice conditioner. And with that, I do believe I got everybody that wanted to say a farewell. The only little story that I would have for myself is obviously when I joined right before season 7, I do believe, of Barbarian King League, I was one of the people that was asking, hey, am I going to be in the roster almost every single week? So as soon as Green would post a roster, even if it was like the times that he would forget to do it, I'd always have to ask him. He was always there to reassure me that, yes, Captain, you are in the lineup. Yes, Captain, you are in the lineup. So with that, thanks, Green, for all the fun, the laughs, and the good times that we've had. And have a good one. Yay.